Hello everyone, I'm Nopriadi Saputra from Bina Nusantara University. Would like to present our paper with the title Growing Learning Agility and Culture by Endorsing the Knowledge Management. This paper is collaboration from Binus University and Universitas Muhammadiyah, Nopriadi Saputra and Maria Grace Herlina from Binus University and Evi Satispi from Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta. On this presentation, we have five agenda to be discussed. First, about the introduction. Second, theoretical literature. Third, about the research methodology. And then research and discussion. And finally, we discuss about the conclusion. Introduction. Dynamic changes has forced the organization to experience knowledge-intensive environment. For being adaptive, the organization is recommended to develop organizational agility, continuous learning, and utilizing information technology for managing business. Because the higher institution, like the university, is a knowledge-intensive organization, which is depend on the human capital and technological resources. Development of knowledge management capability has become a strategic issue. Knowledge management capability represent the organizational capability to recognize, recreate, and exploit its knowledge capital. As the sustainable competitive advantage, knowledge should be aligned and accelerated by development of ICT or information technology for being master the turbulence in environmental dynamic effectively. Individual, team, and organization are demanded to be sufficient in flexibility, agility, and resilience. This paper is an attempt to elaborate the role of knowledge management in mediating impact of learning cultures and learning agility. Theoretical literature. There are three theoretical concepts would like to be discussed here. Learning agility, learning culture, and knowledge management. Learning agility this term was used first time in 2000 for explaining the personal capability to embrace the applicable lesson learned from the experience into the various and more complex contexts. Considering definition and critique from the previous study, this paper explained the learning agility as the personal ability to be flexible and speedy in elaborating experience to handle newly complicated circumstances. It is manifested into four dimensions: chain agility, mental agility, people agility, and result agility. Learning culture. Learning culture has been identified as the vital mechanism for organization and as a type of corporate culture that integrates the self-directed learning into the learning organization. Learning culture is described as the corporate culture which promotes and facilitates people to learn, to share, and to disseminate knowledge for achieving organization performance and success. Learning culture on this article is explained into two dimensions: external adaptation and internal integration. Knowledge management. Knowledge management is a set of processes and behavior in knowledge-based activities, as well as knowledge, individual interaction, and individual and organizational capability. According to the various researchers or study, most of the organizational work or activities, 90% are knowledge-based activities. Most of knowledge-related activities take place entirely in the head of individual. So, as the result, the knowledge management is strongly needed for the organization as the organizational resources, not as the individual resources. Based on this theoretical literature, we develop our research model. On these pictures, you can see that learning agility, LAGI, is influenced by learning cultures, and learning culture expected or hypothesis that influence the knowledge-based management and learning agility. And knowledge management behavior here is expected to be influence the learning agility. Research methodology. This paper was using the proposis approach as the sampling method and applied cross-sectional survey for collecting data. The survey has successfully involved 256 supporting and administrative staff of a private university in Jakarta as the respondent. Most of the respondents are men. They have an educational background and a bachelor degree, 46%, with the tenure or year of service less than 5 years, 49%. They are working at the student center units, 61%, and having dual function as a lecturer too, 31%. From the validity and reliability analysis, we can see here that the all indicators or item has the auto-loading score more than zero point 0.6. So all indicators from the learning agility are accepted. But in the knowledge management behavior here, we excluded the one indicator MBO1 because it has auto loading score less than zero point 0.6. And the learning culture, we have a six indicators. Then all indicator has the auto loading score more than zero point 0.6. So all the indicators are valid. From the variable validity, we use the average variance extracted score here. You can see that all average variance extracted score or F score more than zero point 0.5. So all the indicators are valid. For the reliability, we use the Cromba alpha score or composite reliability. All the variable has CA or CR more than zero point 0.7. So all the variable are reliable. From the below table, we can see that the discriminant validity, we can see here that the diagonal score is more than zero point 0.7, and the score is indicate that all the variable are discriminantly valid. From the Smart PLS calculation analysis, Smart PLS algorithm analysis, we have a result that the learning cultures influence knowledge management behavior about the 14%, and influence the learning agility about the 460 556%. And we can see that the hypothesis testing uses the bootstrapping analysis. We can see here that from the three hypotheses are accepted because the beta has the test statistic more than 1,098 and p-value less than 0.005. So we can conclude that all the knowledge management behavior has a significant impact on the learning agility. Learning culture has a positive impact on learning agility, and learning culture also has a positive impact on knowledge management behavior. Result and discussion. For developing learning agility, organizations are recommended to build learning as a main term for the corporate cultures and knowledge management simultaneously. Learning culture development should be aligned with the knowledge management in order to build the learning capability impactfully. Learning culture as the organizational influence factors will be more effective on learning agility as personal individual factor if was combined by knowledge management. The availability information and network system is a key enabler of the learning agility. Social network would facilitate the both implicit and real-time information sharing, Additionally, it can offer opportunity for the collection and individual experience and information in order to generate new knowledge through the use of knowledge-seeking product. Social networking sites have shown to be other effective method of promoting knowledge culture as the enabler for knowledge agility. It will allow the discovery of best practice on a daily basis. Conclusion. Learning agility is a strategic personal ability that enable employee become speedy and flexible in learning for mastering the dynamic changes. Learning culture development will be influenced effectively on the learning agility if it is combined with the knowledge management development. Learning culture impact indirectly and or directly toward the learning agility, but knowledge management play as a moderating role. By combining a learning culture development with the knowledge management practices, learning agility of employee will be growing more effectively. I think so. That's all what I would we present here. Thank you very much for the attention.